Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Chris Irving from Kratom Kingdom, coming at you from Knoxville, Tennessee, the heart of the Appalachian Mountains. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about, is Kratom for you? Kratom's not for everybody, but for some people it is for you. It is for you. First off, Kratom isn't for you if you're not open-minded and into homeopathic remedies. Stick with Tylenol, hydrocodone, oxycodone, whatever. But if you are a person, one of the rare few and strong people that want to get off of those medications, Kratom can be for you. I, for instance, was a opiate addict, and I used to rob, steal, and from people. First place I would go is their medicine cabinet when I would go and visit somebody, and if they had any kind of pain pills, they were mine. I lost a lot of friends that way. I lost my family, and lost my way. Then I ended up on a commune where a shaman introduced me to Kratom. He said it will take away all your pains, even your emotional pains. I was open-minded. I wasn't open-minded at first. I was like, yeah, right, this tea is gonna miraculously heal me. Um, but wanting to try anything because I was completely out of opiates. I had run through my whole gamut of them and had nothing left, so I drank the tea, and almost immediately after finishing the entire cup, I didn't have a headache anymore. My jaw didn't ache anymore. My shoulders didn't ache. My elbows didn't ache. My body didn't ache. And it was amazing. And I was like, dude, what the hell is this stuff? And how can I get more of it? And he said, it's called Kratom, and it comes from Southeast Asia, and you can get it through me. I'll sell it to you. But he was, being the commune shaman that he was selling it to me for a really high price so he could maintain his lifestyle of living on communes and traveling and helping people. And I was okay paying that much money. I mean, it was like $125 a gram or something. It was pitiful. And but it worked, and it was worth it to me because I was in bad pain. I mean, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia at 32, and I live with that pain every day. And anyone who doesn't believe fibromyalgia is a real disease, you're full of shit. Live one day in our body and then tell me it's not a real thing. It's like all your nerve endings are just on fire, and you can't be touched. I mean, I haven't hugged my mom in years because just the physical contact of it hurts. I was clinically depressed and generalized anxiety disorder, bipolar, and working on schizophrenia because the medicines they were giving me was causing me to hallucinate, audio and visually hallucinate, which I was like, fuck that, so I got off of that medication. In fact, I got off of all my medications when I started taking Kratom. The only medications I take now are my blood thinner, which keeps me from having another stroke, and lamotrigine, which helps me with my bipolar disorder, and it helps me with my seizures. So that's a 2-for-1 banger, so I figured that one's alright, and it doesn't make me feel any sort of way. And I consume copious amounts of Kratom, as you can see. You will never see me without a cup of Kratom. My ex-wife, being the evil human being she was like, no, you're not drinking that. We're not spending money on that stuff. That stuff doesn't work. And I was like, take a sip of it. Just take a sip. And she took a sip, and she immediately got euphoric. She was like, wow, this is a drug, Chris. And I was like, no, it's not. It relieves my pain. And she's like, well, this makes me feel funny. And I'm like, well, that's because you have such a low tolerance to it. Drink as much as I do, and all it does is cure my pain. And when I say cure, I mean cure. I had migraines every single day from my stroke. Horrible migraines. I would lock myself in a dark bathroom and cover my eyes and just lay on the floor shaking. And I haven't had a migraine since I started drinking Kratom. Even if I don't drink Kratom for a day, I still don't get migraines. It cured my migraines, so it's a miracle. Just that in itself would mean that I would buy it. So anyway, me and my evil ex-wife, she became my ex-wife. She divorced me because she found somebody who wasn't disabled. She found somebody who was an avid cyclist, and she wanted to be a jock. She was a jock, and I was a musician. So we didn't work out from the very beginning, but we were partners. I was a school teacher and made decent money, and she was the manager of a doctor's office, so she made decent money. So together we bought $500,000 homes and new cars every year, and we were living pretty good. And then, bam, I had a stroke, and I had to go on disability because I couldn't work anymore. I couldn't remember the kids' names. I couldn't remember what my job was. All the education that I took, history and sciences and maths, all gone. In fact, when I was in rehab, inpatient rehab for a month, they put me in a kindergarten class to help me regain my basic. Fortunately, I worked really hard on my education, and I passed kindergarten, and I went to first grade, second grade, third grade homework, all the way up to high school homework, until finally I was at a point where I want to go back to college. I want to get a master's degree. And my wife is like, "You're not smart enough for a master's degree anymore, Chris. Don't do it." And I said, "Fuck you." And I did it. And I earned my master's degree. Not only did I earn my master's degree, I earned 2 master's degrees. And I graduated valedictorian for my psychology master degree, which was no easy feat because I had to study 3 times harder than anybody else. If anybody else was studying, they could study it once. I had to study it 3 times as many. And I had to write everything, and I forgot how to write. I mean, it seems like a simple thing, but I forgot my letters and numbers. So I typed, and I used Word, speech to text applications, and I graduated. And I studied my balls off. I studied harder than I studied for anything in my life. If I would have put as much energy into my physical body as I did into my brain, I would probably have access to my left arm again. But right now, my left arm is dead. And it's never ever going to get better. Unless Elon Musk can put Neuralink out and jumper cable through the lesion in my brain, which is about the size of a quarter. It's a huge lesion, and it wiped out just my left motor skills and my memory, and it caused my hypothalamus and my whole limbic system to go into constant fight or flight mode because it was a traumatic. I mean, it caused me to have what's that called when people come back from the military? Chronic fatigue, not chronic fatigue, traumatic. It was a trauma. It was a huge trauma, and it gave me anxiety because if it happened once, it could happen again. So anyway, what kind of people should take Kratom? If you feel physical pain, and the only way to get rid of that pain is take an aspirin or Tylenol or something harder like a narcotic, Kratom is for you. Give it a shot. Add sugar, add Crystal Light to it to make it taste better because it does taste terrible, but the taste far outweighs the benefit. The benefits far outweigh the taste. And I'm having a hard time speaking this morning because it's like 3:30 in the morning and I woke up out of bed and wanted to make a video because I love you guys, and I hope Kratom treats you all as well as it treated me. I fell out of my bed this morning, and because I don't have my left arm to catch myself, I fell just flat on my right side and jacked up my right shoulder. So now my right shoulder is screwed up, which I don't have a right arm or a left arm. So I'm completely So I've been drinking kratom, and my left shoulder is feeling so much better now. Check it out. Ooh, that hurts, but a couple more cups of kratom and I'll be good as new. Kratom is also for the open-minded person looking for homeopathic remedies, especially from Southeast Asia. Kratom has been used for thousands of years, and to my knowledge, there's been no deaths, no no evil side effects. It doesn't cause seizures. It doesn't. All it does is taste terrible, and gets rid of pain, and helps me with my antidepressant. I mean, I'm a happy person now. I'm honestly happier than I've been in a long time, and I attribute that to kratom. And I do have a pet peeve. People who say kratom. That drives me insane because it's not with a hard A. It's with a regular A, kratom, or O, I mean, just kratom, not kratom. It's actually 100% called kratom, because if you talk to somebody in Indonesia, they're going to call it kratom, because that's the Indonesian way of saying kratom. I say kratom because most people understand it that way, and it's not offensive to anybody. When I was saying kratom, my mom was like, "You sound so pretentious when you say it that way." So when I thought about it, and I don't want to be pretentious, I just want to be Chris. So anyway, y'all, if you're if you're tired of being in pain, if you're tired of being depressed, try kratom out. It will really help you out. And that's all I got for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.